Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about my favorite Tier 8 Tech Tree medium tank, the P44 Pantera. This, of course, is a very special one at that, because this carries the auto-reloading characteristics. Now, if you've never played an Italian medium tank, the Pantera, the Progetto, or even the M4FL10, which is, I think it was an Arabian tank, if you don't know anything about the auto-reloaders, I'll be telling you everything you need to know in today's video, showing you a little bit of gameplay. So, of course, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more like it, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. But getting straight into it, well, what is good about the Pantera and what is bad? Well, you'll notice it's built after the Panther design. And that's, of course, why Pantera in Italian stands for Panther. So it is a very similar design than the Panther, although I will say the armor is not very good. The frontal armor is only 80 millimeters on the upper plate, which means that, yeah, you're really not going to be bouncing anything. The sides are 50 and the rear is 50. So, yeah, the armor on this tank doesn't really work, but it makes up for the armor with the gun. It has great standard penetration at 213 millimeters, and what that means is most tier 8 heavies you can easily penetrate with standard ammunition, but if you do have to load that premium, you're going to go all the way up to 272 millimeters, which is a fantastic number, again, for a tier 8 medium tank. What that means is tier 9 profiles you can easily penetrate with your premium ammunition. Also, as you'll notice, it does have a clip because, of course, this is an auto reloader. So what that means is, as you'll notice, I can reload all three of the shells. It takes 6.79 seconds to load in my first shot, 3.62 for the second, and 3.17 for the third. And then I'm able to shoot all three of those off, or I can shoot off two and then wait and reload back in two again. So it's really cool how it works. Of course, you guys, if you don't understand how it works, you will see in just a couple seconds here as we load into a game. So the Pantera also has one other great thing going for it, which is mobility. This is one of the best power to weight ratios out of any tech tree vehicle in the game. It is crazy how mobile this thing is. It has also one of the best traverse speeds out of any tank in the game, which is something that I really like. Mobility is key in Blitz. The more mobility you have, the more deadly you are, because you're able to engage more opponents. One thing a lot of people think is like, yeah, the T95, the Mouse, the E100, they're very deadly vehicles, but the issue is that if your medium side loses the flank, then you get flanked and you most likely die, because medium tanks are able to get into position quicker than you, and they're able to shoot you out. And that's where the Pantera is super deadly as well, is because it has a clip. This vehicle's able to deal 675 damage in a matter of 6 seconds, get out of there, and then reload. So you'll notice here I am reloading a singular shell. Now, once that shell's loaded in the gun, I can shoot that however I like, or I can wait another 3 seconds, and then another 3 seconds, and now I have 3 shells loaded in the clip, which of course makes me extremely deadly. I now have the capability to deal 600 damage to any opponents that I do like, or I can shoot 1 shell and reload that shell back instead of having to reload an entire clip, which of course makes this vehicle extremely flexible. So like that standard B there, which of course is another auto-reloading medium, I don't have to constantly pull out and shoot him and shoot my clip off. I've just reloaded that shell back into the clip, and now that I do have it back, I can just tap him once again, and I can reload that shell again, which is something that's really nice and something I personally love about the auto-reloading mediums. Now this Pershing, yeah, he's not having a wonderful time right now. We did actually bounce that Panther. Let's see if we can get a penetrating shell in though. There we go, nice little shot, and we're going to reload that clip once again. That T49 getting a big nasty shell into that standard B. And now that we're going to reload the clip, I'm going to try and get this the standard B taken out, because of course that is a super deadly tier 9 medium tank. So there's 1 shell, there's 2 into that guy, and now we can start shooting shells at the Panther 2 on the enemy team, which we're hopefully going to be doing quite easily. So now this is where, normally in an autoloader, you'd have to reload your entire clip, but the Pantera, as you'll notice here, I'm just shooting shell after shell into this guy. It's something that's really nice and unique to this vehicle in particular. So there you go, another nice shell lighting that Panther on fire, getting a really high fire as well. And there you go. So that was a fantastic way to show how solid this vehicle is if played correctly. So now, once again, I'm just reloading that clip. Don't have to worry about the time. This is where those 3 shells are going to come in handy again if we're able to spot out that Panther 8.8. Now, I will say, the shell interval is bad. It's a 3-second interval, which is the longest out of any 225 damage clip in the game I know of. However, it still is nice to have that clip in general. So we got a vehicle like this T49 right here. There's 1 shell into that 49. He's going to shoot my teammate, which means there you go. Nice little ram as well. And let's get 1 more shot into this T49. Now, I do have the Panther 8.8 who wants to take us out as well, it would seem. But here we go. Another nice little ram and an HE into that 49. Did not penetrate, which of course is a little bit of a bummer. But that's not the end, because again, that 49 knows that it can't rush me. If I was in an autoloader right now, I'd have to reload the entire clip. That 49 would most likely chase me down and hunt me. And of course, with this vehicle, I don't have to worry about that, because I've just reloaded the whole clip already, and now I can go back and be aggressive again. So we've got this Panther 8.8 right off to the side. Let's get a nice little snap right into the side of him. I also have a feeling that the T-49 is going to try and pull off to the side here. If he does, we're going to be waiting for him because, yeah, I definitely do not want to be hit by that T-49. That's a big, nasty shell, so let's see where he is. Is he off to the side? Where would he be? I don't see him. Actually, no, that's my teammate. Okay, there is the enemy T-49. I'm just going to go for it. Might as well just take it. There you go. Nice little snap into the side. We got the ST-1 as well off here. We got the Tortoise. Let's get a nice little snap into the Tortoise as well. And let's go back into cover. That mobility is giving me the great advantage to get out of here very quickly. Again, as I said, mobility is something that certain tanks just really lack, and the Pantera definitely does not lack the mobility. So let's get a nice snap right into that Tortoise's front plate. Of course, he is now finished off, which is fantastic for me, which means, again, I can use my mobility, get out of some dangerous situations. Got the rear of that T-34. There's one shell shoved into him. There's two. That is not two shells. And, oh, that ST-1 just missed me, which is very unfortunate for him, because now we're going to use our mobility, get one nice snap into him there, and we're going to try and get out of this situation, because, of course, I don't necessarily want to fight a vehicle like that ST-1 as of right now. There's a nice little snap again into that ST, and we're going to go into a safe position here. Let's get away from him. I'm going to use my mobility to take him out. Not going to try and get hit by him, of course. So let's get out of here. He doesn't look to be the most of skilled players, as he missed that shot on me. I really thought that that shell was going to hit me. But the main player I actually want to take out currently is the Panther, because the Panther has mobility, of course. And mobility, as I always say, is deadly. If you have the mobility, you have a major advantage on my vehicle. So there's one nice snap into the Panther. The ST-1 is aiming at me, so hopefully he's going to start looking at my teammate. Is he? I don't think so, but you know what? There you go, another nice snap into that ST. Is he going to fire at me? Doesn't look like that yet, but again, I'm just going to wait for my third shell to come into that clip. That way we can get a nice little snap into the Panther, and now we can start shooting this ST-1. Here we go, just getting out those shells, shell after shell into this poor guy, and this is just a fantastic battle to really show how the Pantera is played. Like, this was a great game on damage, pretty much everything you can see there. That was over 5,000 damage pulled out, almost a 7-kill game. That was just a fantastic battle to really show my personal opinions on the Pantera. Almost a 6,000 damage game. That was truly crazy. That may have even been a Hall of Fame game. So that was a great battle to pretty much show how the Pantera plays, of course, in the battlefield. And as I was saying at the beginning of the video, mobility is definitely key in World of Tanks Blitz. If you're able to push really quickly on the enemy tanks, if you're able to flank very quickly, distract some of those heavies, then your team can push forwards, they can be a lot more aggressive. So the advantages of the P44 Pantera having that mobility, not only that, but a pretty dang accurate gun. It's got .317 dispersion, which I will say, at around 200 meters to 100 meters away, can be a little bit iffy when you're trying to penetrate your shots. It's not great on the accuracy, I will say that, but the main thing about this tank is that you're not shooting at really well armored targets, and even when you are, you've got enough penetration that as long as you're aiming at a pretty nice aimed in shot, you should be able to hit your opponents, and it's got great on movement dispersion. So with an aiming time around 3 seconds, it really doesn't bloom that much. But as you can see here, I'm waiting right in position where this RU is. I normally like to wait in the spot quite a bit of time, but just because the enemy team only has really 2 faster tanks, I'm not too worried about them going this way in the first place. There we go, Gravedigger already spotting their E75 TS, and again, this is where I'm going to use that excellent mobility. This tank has a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, and you can see I'm already at that top speed, able to even go above it at some spots there. But I'm using this mobility so that I can flank their team very quickly, hopefully spot out the SU-152, maybe the SU-130 PM, some of the more deadly tanks on their team. There we go, the RU as well spotting for us, always a nice little thing there, but there's a nice little tap into you. The Tiger P, not really sure what he's doing, but I want to shoot the other guys first, because this guy, oh yeah, he's AFK, which, you know what, I'll shoot him. It's not like the end, and of course, because my teammate's hitting him as well. But this is one little fun fact. I have the choice of shooting off my clip in singular shells, or I can wait until I get all 3 of the shots, and then I've got more damage per minute. So I'm going to wait until I have all 3 of the shells. Well, I guess the fire doesn't really matter, but that way I'm able to hit a lot more deadly shots. Although those are 2 very deadly tanks there. Thankfully, that SU just bouncing on the frontal plate, I was able to back up just quick enough. But you saw there that I waited to shoot until I had my whole clip back. That way I'd have more effective damage per minute, which of course in the long run would make my tank a lot more deadly per shot. Oh, that was an unfortunate bounce there. Again, as I said, the accuracy, oh, and he just manages to turn his gun and snap me. Don't you love how that works? Aiming your shots on the lower plate doesn't hit, but he's just able, you know what, I'm going to stop ranting about that. Oh, boy, I think we got hit again by him. All right, well, Yeah, real fun going for me. Let's aim at that E75 chest and maybe get a little bit of vengeance back into him. There's at least one shell into him. I'll take it. We're not really going to be able to get another. You know what? We did get another. Haha, we're getting out the damage there. And now I can reload that clip or just at least wait for some of my shells to reload here. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to push on this E75 chest if I can. He hit us once again, which I pretty much expected. But with my team pushing in on him as well, my team should be able to take at least one shot for me here. So let's see if this the Black Prince gets hit. Come on, Black Prince, there you go. So the Black Prince did, of course, get hit by the C-75, and that means now we can start unloading our shells onto him, or at least one shell, and now all that's left is the Object 252 off on the other side, and that's exactly who I'm going to try and shoot at. Hopefully the 252 shoots my T-32, not me, but even if he does, I'm just going to try and use my mobility again on him here. There's one nice tap into the 252. Let's see if we can get some more. There's another, and come on, we can get one more shell out, I believe. Yes, there we go. That was 3 beautiful shots right into this 252, and we're even maybe gonna get, nah, the Gravedigger had a nice little ram in there, but as you saw, I was sitting at around 2,000 damage before I was able to shoot that 252, and with 3 very simple shells, I was able to ramp right up to 2,783 damage. So as I always say, damage per minute is nice, but also having that burst damage with a clip gives you the major ways to get out damage. So 2 extremely solid games played in the Pantera. That was a better example to show how the armor works. It really doesn't. Like, yeah, I got a really lucky bounce from that SU just hitting at a really steep angle, but overall, that E75 chest was able to butter through our turret armor, the frontal armor, the side armor. There is no armor on this tank. It's a glass cannon, but in my opinion, it's one of the best auto-reloading tanks in the game, and one of the best just mediums, period, in Tier 8. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. But other than that, hopefully you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.